Welcome to 860's Blunt Truth.
Welcome back to 860's Blunt Truth. I'm your moderator / instigator, Roman Christopher. And I am here with your host. We got the master debater. He ain't never been a hater. Yiko.
Hey, what up, fellas? How we doing out there, everybody?
What it do? And in the studio with me, I got your boy, the old man with the cold plan, Rozelle, the educator. What it is?
What it do, yo? How y'all doing today? Talk to me, y'all listen.
Yes, sir. So today we're gonna have Yiko set this whole podcast off, and we're gonna get into it. You know how we do.
Sir. Appreciate y'all. So this was interesting. It was just something that we was talking about in the middle of a discussion, but it came up on my news feed. France, this past Sunday, the ladies got together and were protesting in the streets. This was about the Epstein files and the people that were portrayed in it. They were going around town. A lot of them, majority of them, were topless. And they had the names of like people like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, like all these people were their names were painted on their chest. On their back they had things like fascists, things that, like certain symbolisms, like they had the Nazi swastika on the American flag, bro. That fucked me up when I saw that. They had the American flag painted on their body and the swastika right on top of it, right? And then it says some shit about oh my god, yo. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was a jab towards Hitler cleansing Germany or something like that. That Hitler was actually a hero, basically. He was trying to stop what's going on in America was trying to happen in Germany. And that's what he was stopping. So I know we talked about that before, and I know that I can't remember exactly how it was written that gave it that symbolism, but it kind of made me think about that. You know what I'm saying? And I took it as, damn, maybe what happened is true. Maybe he really did free those people out there. And why is it that this situation, it's global. It's global. It's global. People all across the globe care about this. People want to know, why aren't these people in prison? And the crazy part is that most of the people that are on that list live here in America. So I'm gonna send that over to y'all. Whoever want to take that. But tell me what y'all think.
I'm still stuck on the fact that they was naked, but I'm gonna let Rozelle take this one first. Pause.
The naked part is what got me. I'm mad I missed that
For
protest.
real, what the hell?
I don't usually go to protest, but I don't went to that one.
Right.
Shit.
I mean, they wasn't naked. They was.
They could easily had a million of my men marching.
You said they was topless. That's naked to me.
Yeah, that's close enough to me, man. Shit.
That's 50%, I guess, huh?
You better believe it. We'll start with half and work our way down.
I'll do the other half. You do half, I'll do the rest.
You know what I'm saying? We'll work together, baby. This is called partnership. Shit. Hell yeah. That's the one time I wouldn't mind banging a chick with a nigga's name on her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying. But as far as the protesting thing goes, as far as the protesting thing goes, I'm with him on that, man. You know, we should have been protesting all these racist, bigot, pedophile ass niggas a long time ago. Like, we all need to join in. We all need to get naked, I think. In protest it is. In protest.
You first. You first.
Well, not me first. Ladies first. I'm a gentleman.
It's too cold.
I'm a gentleman. Always have been.
Right. We'll open the doors for them.
Hell yeah. I even do the bra strap. I'm nice like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But shit.
I'm sure
But
they would appreciate your services.
I'm sure they would too. But
Yeah.
and I don't mean to jump subject, but it's kind of on the same subject. Did y'all hear about like 30 countries abandoning the USA?
I believe it.
Yep.
I believe it.
Italy, a few others, Spain, a lot of them said we will no longer ship to the US. They're done. The US is done.
They literally said too that we can't even fly over their skies.
Over the skies no more. We're done. We're done. USA is getting banned from all sides. And then my brother, I was with my brother today, and he asked me what I think about the war in Iran, and what I simply told him was it was a necessary evil. And he said, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Well, if you read the Bible, all this shit gotta happen before the end, and it's all playing like dominoes. It's falling like dominoes, bro. And this is in the book. So I
You,
feel like no matter what happened, it was gonna happen because it's already been foretold to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we can stop this if we tried, because it's already been foretold. We had what 400 years or more to prepare for this shit and to get it right, because we knew it was gonna happen, because they foretold about it. And if you follow, or if you have been following, you see the shit leading up. So we had time to prepare to stop this shit, and we just chose to let it happen. So now that it's happening, fuck it, I'm about to strap in and enjoy the ride.
And where did you say that this protest is going on? You said France?
This was in Paris, yeah, Paris,
Yep.
France. But well, pretty much all up in that area. And it's going as far as like Europe, Eastern Europe. All these places are all like, well, to Razel's point, they abandon us. Why? Because as a people, as a whole, we're not doing nothing about it either. So of course, the world's gonna be so disgusted because think about it, you're guilty by allowing, by accomplice, by you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know about the crime and you ain't doing shit to stop it, well, you're complicit.
It's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. Niggas fell in love with their motherfucking captor.
Yo, bro, that is a really good way to put it. That is a very good way to put it.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I mean, these dudes treat him like he's fucking God, bro. Like I seen a video. Did I talk about this last week? No, we didn't have a thing last week. I seen a video, yo, where this guy was getting pulled over by the cops, a white guy, and he had his dash cam on, and while the cops was walking up to his goddamn car, this motherfucker was literally saying, with his eyes closed, "Save me, Trump, save me, Trump, please, Trump, save me. If you can hear me, please say." He's praying to this motherfucker. They're saying that he's God-like, that he was God sent, and that God sent. He was born without sin. The shit that I'm hearing from these motherfuckers, yo, is downright sickening.
Well, speaking of, did you I never sent you that video, but I told you about it. It was titled "The Black Pastor Speaking on Trump." And basically it was, this pastor was saying about how many people don't like Trump, but he had a dream that Trump came to he was in his house. I think he was on his bed laying down. The guy with the pastor was on his bed laying down,
right.
And Trump was in the room, and he told him that many people are not going to like him and they're going to despise him and they're going to do their best to make him the bad guy, but he's here to save the people. And then he said his son a week later had the same dream, but in a different area. So he's basically preaching that, Trump is here for us and people are going to like this take and shit like that. And there was a post also that Trump had put up. I don't know if you guys saw, about him being Jesus. Or the Messiah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that one time on one of the shows a few weeks back. I talked to somebody about it. I'm not sure. I'd be so fucking.
And, and then he took it
Yeah.
down or whatever. To me, the protesting thing, it seemed like it's kind of weird that they would be topless with the Epstein file thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird.
Well, I think it's all about just
Symbolism
trying to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? And using sex as
the symbolism,
yeah,
for,
as a
right?
symbolism for what's wrong. I mean, you know, it all depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Different vibes, I guess. Some people might look at it and be appalled. Like, oh my God, I can't believe. And some people be looking like, yeah, sure, okay.
I interpreted it this way. They look at it like you're allowing these sex victims to suffer and these people not to pay for you, so you look the other way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your attention with the same thing that you're looking away from, so you can see the truth that this is what happened to who and why. You know what I'm saying? That,
You
like,
might have
that
a
level
point
of
there.
symbolism.
That might be the reason as well. That might be a reason as well.
Or maybe
Sir.
they know that niggas gonna be like, yo, they got their titties out, and they just then now they paying attention, like, oh shit, titties.
Yeah, but that, yeah, but it draws attention to the situation, because if you're gonna go by your primal instincts, right? Then they're gonna put the information where your primal instincts are gonna take you. Now you can't ignore it. Why are you still ignoring it? If you're reading this, why are you ignoring it? Like that, I think that's their whole point. That's This is why they're angry about it. Because I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these women that were protesting were victims themselves.
Probably. I mean, that's a good point. I got a question though. I got a question for y'all. Well, mainly for you because you saw it, right?
I read it. It was an article.
Were their armpits hairy or were they shaved?
Actually shaved. I was surprised.
Oh, okay.
And what's this shade armpits about? I'm lost.
I've heard stories.
Well, here's the thing.
I hear
Here's
it's all stereotypical shit, but you know, it's
I
about
mean,
Canadians and French and shit like that, but how they don't shave their
right.
armpits.
But you gotta remember the
oh.
source. You gotta remember the source, right? We're American.
Right.
We don't get news from France. We don't get news from
Oh no, I know, but
China.
I have seen I have seen videos. I've
Well,
been
yeah.
privy.
You'll see
to see
videos, but it's all filtered.
No,
It's
I
whatever
seen
they allow you to
videos.
watch.
I seen videos with chicks with armpit hair so long you can braid that shit.
Don King over there in a headlock.
And I'm sure that there's women like that right now in America.
Oh, of course there is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
So we can't just say that that's what I'm saying though. Our information comes from a particular source. But the reality is much like the other countries abandon us because they blame us for for all of these grotesque things, and they rightfully should. But to Razel's point, Stockholm syndrome, we are victims of a abusive situation ourselves. How about show us the way out? Guide us, get us the hell out of here, help us fight our situation. Y'all won't do that. Y'all will just criticize us for being American and look down on us instead of seeing the situation from our perspective. So while I understand where everybody else in the world is coming from, compassion
So is
goes
this
both ways.
so like just seeing how everything's going, right? And seeing that it seems like the dynasty of America is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say every kingdom has its day or some shit like that. You know, like every empire falls off eventually.
Yeah.
Which technically, we're still technically the Roman Empire when you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? The way shit's ran. You know what I'm saying? So now that it seems like everything's falling off for America. And what do you guys think the reason is? Do you think it's because this is actually the land of the evil, and we're actually like Razel said, end of days is coming, so now its time is up? Or do you just feel it's that time for an empire to fall and for the new ones to rise?
I feel like right now you should be aware of your sins, because what you put out is gonna be the last thing that you're gonna be allowed to put out again in this realm for a very long time, if ever. There's gonna be a judgment day. That much is true. Where you sit today, I hope is a good place and continues to be a good place for yourself spiritually. Um, you know, and hopefully judgment goes for the better for everybody.
So,
But
but what do you think about America though?
I think America's screwed, bro. You kidding me?
Oh shit!
We're already
I know
lighting
what
on
you.
fire. Look at California's already burned like 12 times. Like there's floods, hurricanes, tornadoes. We got sinkholes. People's beds are falling through the damn floor and they're dying. Nigga, hell is on earth in America already. It's here. It's
But
here.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause that was my
Yo,
question. Like, is America? You know what I'm saying? I'll let Rozelle go, but like, you know what I'm saying? The question was basically, do you think it's America's time just because it's time is up, or
yes,
do you think we are like the people that run America are actually the evil, and now it's time is up for them? You know what I'm saying?
I
Mm.
I believe so. I believe time is up for and both factions of the question that you asked. I believe that their time is up as owners of all this bullshit, and I think that just the planet's time is up as far as spiritually. Um,
You said the planet or the plan?
the planet, the
Oh, the
planet,
planet.
us,
Okay, okay,
we, everybody, humans, bye, pew, everybody gone. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? But I was talking to my boy, and we was, because we have these conversations too, and we were saying that what if no matter how luxurious this shit is ran by sin, right? This is the earth is corrupted. Everywhere you look, there's sin, there's corruption, there's somebody's there that's gonna taint you, tempt you, you know what I'm saying? Traumatize you, no matter which way you turn. So, what if this is just hell? And what if every time we die, we have a chance, we have a chance to maybe enter the gates of heaven, but instinctively we all choose to go toward the light. And the light is actually what?
Earth.
The birthing canal. The
The
birthing
repeat value.
canal. So
Okay.
now you're
So now we're coming back to hell.
because what do they say? In hell, you just live over and over and over again, the same bullshit over and over and over again. So that's what we do. We are reborn to relive the same bullshit over and over and over again until that day we die and the sin past the light to a different gate or door, you know what I'm saying? Path. I'm
You
like,
sound
yo,
you sound Gnostic right now, bro.
Oh
shit,
shit!
bro.
Because I swear I
You,
said that to you not too long ago in the last show.
I don't know if you did. I know it's the
I
same.
don't,
Me
I
and my
don't
boys
remember
about.
that neither. But I'm starting to feel like the only one that doesn't like is not a part of Monad. I'm just saying.
No, I ain't down with that. Me
Now
and me and
I
me and
remember saying something along the lines of
me,
that
me and me and Mo,
when
me
you
and Mo.
go to the light, it's
Uh,
actually a contract. Maybe I was either talking to you, Chris, or I was talking to my girl, but I said when they tell you go to the light, they're programming you so that when you die, that's what you do. You go to the light, and the voices of the loved ones that you think you're hearing is actually demons that are tricking you, not forcing you. They can't force you, but they can manipulate you into being attached to the earthly realm. So you go to the light because you think your loved ones are there because you're still attached to the earthly realm. So you sign another contract coming back to this plane so you can have your loved ones. But it's not really heaven. You get what I'm saying? But if you stay
Go
away
to
from
the
the
light,
light,
Carlito.
And the reason why
Don't
we
go
were
to
saying
the
that,
light is for pussies.
the reason why we were saying that, because how many times there's been kids born, right? And they'll cry and stuff and be like, yo, I miss my family. My name was this and this. And I saw see videos where kids actually took the parents
To the death spot, right?
to where they lived at. And shit.
I saw one like similar, like where a kid took their mom to where they got killed at.
And then they
like,
Google,
I got buried right here.
And then they Google the name and shit, and it be that person really existed,
Yeah,
really lived somewhere, really, you know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, that might be a possibility that this is hell, and we keep thinking that we're going to heaven because we're going towards the light, but what we're doing is coming right back to hell again.
but you know what's crazy though, right? If this is hell,
but that don't mean that the nigga who's in charge is named Monad.
But the thing is, if this is hell, right?
I'm just saying.
It's still a beautiful place. Like, yeah, it got a lot of bullshit. It got a lot of bad stuff that come with shit. But also got a lot of good things too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what if the good shit doesn't even compare to the shit that's in heaven? Because some people who said they been to heaven, like, you know, people who either in a dream or when it was dead, always describe it the same. You ever notice that shit? Like, the colors are the most beautiful colors you could ever see, and
like colors we never seen before.
Yeah, colors you never seen before, and the sound is just, you know what I'm saying, so harmonic because it's frequency. You know what I'm saying? So maybe when you compare that to this shit, even the good shit is bad. You compare it to that, you know what I'm saying? Even the good times wouldn't be all that good. You know,
that's why in that particular practice they talk about how the creation of this realm is a replica of what's above, but the what you call it, it pales in comparison to it, if that makes sense. So basically everything that you just said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to believe, you know what I'm saying? That's what's so fucked up now, that we have had so many different ideas and theologies thrown at us that now it's kind of hard to jump on board about something. And for me, I'm not speaking for people in general, I'm speaking for me, you know what I'm saying? Because then you never know what is actually the truth. You know, what's the fucking truth, man? You know, what's the truth? I mean, I seen a video where this black girl was being recorded by her boyfriend, and she had just woke up, yo, and she was. Remember I was telling you about this shit? What was I telling you?
What is it?
You know, she was fucking hysterical, and she's panicking, and she can't hardly breathe, and she's saying she was with God.
Tell me about this.
She was with God, and she says, "You don't understand." He said, "You'll calm down." I said, "No, but you don't understand." Said, "This shit is deeper than we've been even taught. The one that was taught the right way is even." She says, "If you judge somebody, look at somebody and you judge them, get the fuck out of you, bum. That is a sin." She says, "In God's eyes, to even think it is a sin. If you see a girl walk down the street and she got a fat ass, you look back at her ass. That's a sin. If you got something to give to somebody and you don't give it to them because they're in need." She said, "This shit is so fucking deep, bro, that you have absolutely no idea how deep it is." She says, "We think that we as being good people are being good." Said, "That ain't shit compared to his expectations."
And if that's if she's actually like, if it's actually right, because we, like you said, we don't really know the truth, but if it's true what she's saying, we would never be perfect.
Right. And maybe why? And maybe that's why, because we are a planet of what, billions or a trillion people here, millions of people here, right? Billions of people, not trillions of people, billions, right?
Billions.
Yeah, billions of people. We are a planet with billions of people, and the number that always keeps thrown around is a measly 144,000. That's measly when you compare it to billions of people, yo. To billions, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's like you having $100 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And you pull out 2 pennies.
So would that mean the 144 are people that are perfect, people that don't have a single thought of bad shit in their head?
Or maybe they will be the ones closest. You know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Closest. In a world full of dirt, desire, and devious deeds. Oh, I like how all those was deeds. See that? Dirt, desire, and devious deeds. I like that. See how I'm poetic like that?
D.
Yep. Or I could have been stuttering. Yep, exactly.
That's real interesting stuff though, because I mean that 144,000, they would have to be perfect. I feel they would probably have to be the ones that are sent. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually they find they in the end who they are, and maybe they go back to that and they're back to their perfect form. You know
like that nigga Raziel.
Raziel?
Yeah, that nigga, because somebody I know somebody who was told that that's who they are.
I don't know who would that be, Yako? You know
Who? I don't know.
zoned out,
Nah,
zoned out for a little bit.
I'm just
Yeah, me
chilling,
personally
bro.
though, I think this hell that we say it is, like, you know, hell on earth. I feel like it's basically hell because we make it hell. I feel like it's kind of like the church is only the building that you walk into. We make it a church. You know what I'm saying? The church is just a building until we make it the church. I feel like if we were all in harmony on the planet Earth, it won't be hell anymore. But we make it hell. We make it bad.
I can wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes.
Appreciative.
Yes. That we can definitely have heaven on earth. And if everybody who wanted it worked together to get rid of those who did, yeah.
Mm.
You know.
Well, I was just thinking to myself, it's kind of funny, but if even looking at somebody's body in a lustful way is considered evil and a sin and is that deep, then are the people that live in Israeli and who cover their like women's bodies from head to toe really wrong then?
No, that's the reason why they did it. That's the reason behind doing it.
You get what I mean? It's
Yeah,
but
that's the
then at
reason
the
why.
same time, it's like if you were given free will and Adam and Eve were first born believing that there was nothing wrong with them, that they weren't naked, and then they bit from the apple, and then they were like, oh my god, I gotta cover up, I'm naked, blah blah blah, which became the first sin. Um, then I mean, how does one find his way back from that when like the first thing that happens to you when you're born is that you're covered up in clothes and taught that, you know, these things are unnatural. You have to cover up.
So speaking of the Adam and Eve thing, remember that thing we talked about the other day?
Yeah, we talk about a lot. You got to remind me there.
So I'm gonna bring it up because I want to hear Rozel's opinion on this. Right? If the Adam and Eve story is true, right, then that would mean technically we're all children of incest, right?
Oh
all
yeah,
day.
that's right.
and Nephilim now, because eventually they started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're basically today we should be the mixture of incest and Nephilim, right? We're human. Because Adam and Eve had babies, which were Cain and Abel. They got two guys. Right? Where was the other girl at? So did they sleep with Eve with their mom?
Of course they did.
Well,
Right?
don't forget. I mean, Cain killed Abel, so
True.
Yeah. But
Was that
also
before or after?
don't forget that these motherfuckers back then was living like 400 or 500 years, 600, 700 years. Like they were walking the earth, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got what was it? What Lucifer, right? With Eve. Was that
oh,
After
God,
she
I don't know.
after she left the what's name? Yeah, then she story goes, Eve became Lilith, correct?
exactly? That's what I thought,
The
right?
mother of the first demon. Yeah.
I thought the story
Yeah.
was that Lilith came first, but she defied Adam, so Eve was created from his rib because Lilith would not bow
Damn,
down to
I
Adam.
kind of heard that too. I heard, yo, you know what's crazy is I heard both y'all stories before. I literally heard both y'all stories before. That Eve was Lilith, and then I've also heard the story that you just said right now that Lilith was first, and then Eve came second.
Right.
Like
And that
Lilith
Lilith
was literally
defied
the
God,
first
so that Lilith became like God's
queen, right?
Did Lilith become
the
Like
queen,
Lilith was.
Eve?
That's crazy.
God
We
needed
gotta
an
find.
opposite and he found
Hold
it
on,
in
hold on,
Lilith.
hold on. I'm trying again. Did Eve become Lilith, or was Lilith around before Eve?
Trust in AI.
Should we ask Lyra?
Ask Lyra, because my bitch don't want to work.
Just ask Lyra. She ain't been on the show in a couple episodes.
Your phone
Yeah.
can't pick up your frequency, that's all. You're vibrating too high.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello, how can I help you?
What's going on, Lyra? You are on another episode of 860's Blunt Truth.
It seems like you're mentioning a podcast or show called A60's Blunt Truth, but I'm having a little trouble finding details about it.
Oh, hell no. You hating on us? That's what we doing? All right, let's just get right into it. So this is what we're going to do, right? Was Eve the first woman created, or was it Lilith? Or did Eve become Lilith in the Bible?
That depends on what sources you're looking at. In the Bible, Eve is described as the first woman. However, in some Jewish folklore, particularly some older interpretations, Lilith is mentioned as Adam's first wife, created from the same dust, but she left after refusing to be subservient. So, two different stories from different traditions. They don't say that Eve became Lilith, though. Are you interested in a specific tradition?
No, that was all. Thank you.
So there's no story ever that says that Eve became Lilith.
I've heard that story before.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, I've heard somebody say it
And
before.
the contradict her story. Why would Lilith leave Adam because she didn't want to become subservient, and then go to Lucifer to become subservient?
Right.
And it makes no sense.
Well, but she did become a queen,
No,
right?
because it was a choice.
She's still subservient. She's still subservient.
But she made the choice to serve. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing for somebody, like, let's say somebody forces you to follow them and you don't believe in nothing that they fucking, they're the worst person you could possibly imagine, but you're forced to follow them versus, finding a path to somebody who you truly believe in that you'd rather rally behind. What you gonna do? It sucks one way or the other, but you rather rally behind a person that at least you believe in their path and it was your choice.
So Lilith was human, right?
Yes.
Did she ever become demon?
Yes.
That's
She became the mother of the first 8 demons.
But did she ever become a demon?
She ended up becoming more powerful than Lucifer. Like I said, she in the Gnostic Bible, she became the wife of God itself. The
Wait,
equal
wait, whoa. Yeah, this shit. Hold on, that shit right there. Just
that
hold
could be
on.
for a whole loop. So she gave birth to demons and then married God.
Yes.
But
Because
she
you know
became a
why?
demon.
Do you know why? Because yin needs yang, because the sun needs the moon, because the white wolf needs the black wolf, because everything needs balance. God needed his opposite, and he found it.
Lyra,
That's
we
what the
need you
Gnostic
again.
talks about.
Hold on.
We asking Lyra.
Yeah, Lyra got all the answers
It's
today.
hard for me to. Behind that one, bro.
That was crazy.
I ain't never heard that one.
Hey,
What's up? Backing out.
hey, what's going on? So, all right, the next question is did Lilith give birth to demons, and did she become the wife of God?
Well, in Jewish folklore, Lilith is often described as a demon who became Adam's first wife before Eve. After leaving Adam, she's said to have given birth to lots of demons. As for becoming a wife of God, no, that's not part of the traditional story. She's usually associated with demon princes or just being a powerful demon herself.
So,
there's something-
so Lilith was never a human. She was actually a demon.
That's the predominant portrayal. Yeah. Some variations of the myth do say she was created like Adam, but in most stories and folklore, she's much more of a supernatural, demonic figure. Does that make
Ask her
sense?
about the Gnostic version.
So, what does the Gnostic version say, and what does the Hebrew version say?
Okay. So, in many Gnostic texts, Lilith is seen as more of a lesser demon, often a group of demonic spirits or part of a larger legion. They drew on older Jewish folklore, but didn't really focus on her personal story. The Hebrew or traditional Jewish version is where you get the tale of her being Adam's first wife, leaving Eden in rebellion, and then becoming a demoness who creates lots of offspring. Are you wanting to know more about either one?
One more thing. Did she become more powerful than Lucifer?
Not generally, no. Lucifer is typically considered way more powerful since he's an archangel, even while fallen. Lilith is a demoness, very powerful in her own right, but usually seen as subservient or less in rank than him. Sometimes they're even thought of as equals or as a pair, but usually Lucifer tops the hierarchy. Anything else about their dynamic?
Did Lucifer and Lilith marry?
Did Lucifer and Lilith marry?
That really depends on the story. Some folklore does have Lilith marrying Lucifer,
Also,
often as the queen of hell. In other traditions, she's married to a different demon, Samael. So it's not a universally accepted marriage across all myths, but it does pop up. Interested in a specific version?
I thought Lucifer and Samael, they say were supposed to be the same person.
Yeah, that's common. Over time, the figures of Lucifer, Satan, and Samael have been combined or seen as the same person in a lot of popular lore and literature. Originally, Samael was more of an angel of death or an accuser in Jewish tradition, and Lucifer was associated with the king of Babylon. They just got linked together over the centuries. Make sense?
Yeah, can you answer one more question for me? Do human beings have demon blood? And are we kids and products of incest? Or angel blood, I'm sorry. A demon blood or angel blood. Basically nothing. Something went wrong.
We asked that question.
Did you get that question?
Yeah, I did. We were talking about Lucifer and Samael and whether Lilith was more powerful than Lucifer.
No.
Anything else on your mind?
Yeah, so do human beings have demon blood? Are we children of incest, or do we have angel blood / Nephilim?
That's a big question, and different belief systems have different answers. In some stories, like those about the Nephilim, it's believed there was intermingling between angels and humans, creating that bloodline. The idea of demon blood or incest varies quite a bit depending on the culture or myth. What started you thinking about this?
That's so.
Now she asking you questions.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting too deep. You're asking too many questions, sir.
Yeah. I mean, but what y'all think about that?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
Well, I don't believe that. Like, I know that I found that lore about how she somehow became. I gotta find it. Once I find it, I'll present it to y'all. Because that AI stuff, I trust in it like this much. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
we're
let's keep it real.
I'm
Right.
not doubting that you may have seen or heard something like that. So something like what you
Oh, I'm
said.
not saying you
But,
are. I just want to prove that thing wrong.
but I heard exactly what they heard
Yeah.
that Lilith actually married Lucifer. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
she
It was
did. I heard that too. I heard that
so she
too.
got divorced. She got divorced and married God, or she married God first.
Nah, she went right up to she divorced Lucifer and married God.
Divorced
Apparently,
Lucifer. So
I gotta find the story.
she had a bunch of kids with Lucifer and left them niggas and went to God. It's just like a bitch.
For real. And you know what's crazy
Should
though?
have
It's
nigga with a
like
better house, better,
Moving on up, moving
my
on
thing too
up
though is like
moving
to the
on up.
east
my
side.
thing too is like why would God marry her?
Right.
Like I said, he needs his equal and opposite. Again, she was uncontrollable. She was not willing to be subservient. I know the story says that she was, but realistically, when she
Right.
got married to Lucifer, it was to bait for power. It was to weaken him so that she could take control of his domain. So
But
realistically, everything that she did was to try to spit in God's eye because she refused to be controlled. And that is technically the opposite of everything God wanted.
right, but you said numerous times in the past that God is the ultimate source and he has no equals.
I was about to say,
That's
like,
what,
she's not even more powerful than Lucifer. How is she God's equal and opposite?
but I always said that God had two sides, both good and bad, male and female. God created itself.
So Lilith is God with a
Correct.
with a vagina.
The negative part of God. Because
So
everything
she
that's negative needs a positive. Everything that's good needs a bad. Every light needs dark. Everything's hand in hand, bro. That's all I'm saying.
so you're saying Lilith is to God what Eve is to Adam?
Correct. As above, so below.
It's interesting. It's
It's all the
interesting.
same. As above, so below. What's
I don't know
happening
about you.
here
I don't
is
know about you.
happening everywhere else.
I don't know. Some parts sound good. Other parts sound like
Confusing.
I get it, bro. Everybody in their own time, man. Everybody in their own time. Man. You believe what you gotta believe. That's all. Everything that you
y'all,
doing right now
y'all,
is what you're supposed to be doing.
right.
Leave comments below what you guys think. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Let us know
yes.
because this is a very interesting one and everybody got different opinions.
But I got an opinion. What's going on with that backdrop? What's going on there?
Yo, facts. So I wanted to bring this up too. I'm glad you said something because for the crowd or the audience or whatever you want to say,
The viewers.
yeah, the viewers. There you go. I actually typed in for this background. All I wrote was violence between civilians, and I'm gonna give y'all like 2 seconds to guess what the hell's wrong with this picture. What's going on? All right, 2 seconds is up. Why are there none but minorities right there?
None but blacks on blacks, right?
This shit crazy. You got the white dude in the back. He's like a spectator, like
Wait, yeah, one's a spectator, another one's a cop.
a cop. Yep, that's crazy.
You got
Like
the
I
Spanish
said,
people in the back.
right. I said civilians. I ain't say blacks, whites, none of that. I said violence between civilians.
The AI now chose to use this for the image of violence between civilians. Oh,
Crazy.
that says
Yeah,
a lot.
But to be
But what?
fair, if the AI is programmed to pick like one out of any 10 pictures that it possibly could like find in its first 10 searches, the odds are going to be stacked in this favor because that's what the news tabloids push anyway. Can't really
All right, so
blame AI for that.
I gotta fight against that. All right.
Oh,
Usually when we type in something for a backdrop, it comes up with like 4 to 6 different kinds of backdrops.
Right.
It just only came up with one.
damn.
This is your only option right
It's
here.
the only option right here.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. That
Apology accepted.
That
That is
debunks the
fucked.
whole.
I'll take
Yeah.
debit, WIC, food stamp.
And we'll be here all week. That's by the door.
That's unbelievable, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo. We're just living in a world, man, of racism, yo, and it needs to stop because this is how people really view American young melanated men in America. They think that all we do is argue and fight amongst one another. And the sad truth is, they're right for the most part. But that's not to say that white boys in all white communities don't fight each other, and Spanish boys in all Spanish communities don't fight each other. It's just sad that we're always the ones being depicted as the ones. And I think some way, somehow, we have to change the narrative and either stop the bullshit or everybody open their eyes to the bigger picture and realize that violence to one another is not a black on black thing. It's a everybody on everybody thing. Like, to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to be racist when I say this. If I'm walking down the alleyway and I see 3 black guys, I may say to myself, I hope these niggas don't try to rob me, yo, because I ain't got time for the bullshit today. If I see 3 white guys, I'm saying to myself, I hope these niggas don't kill me. The problem is that that's through my eyes. To everybody else's eyes, they see the 3 black guys and say, I hope they don't kill me, rob me, beat me up. And then they might see the 3 white guys and say, oh, I don't see a threat. But the fact of the matter is, as we know, white people top the charts in all crimes, including violent ones. So my question is, even to AI, if white people top the charts in all crimes, even violent ones, why is the only picture you would post would be one of black people against black people? It's so much deeper than everybody wants to admit.
No, it definitely is, bro.
Yeah, that shit definitely it's sad. It's sad. But that was well put though. Definitely well put. I want you guys to let us know in the comments what y'all think, man. Because this shit is not cool.
I can't even say nothing else behind that. I mean, it's crazy how it's programmed. It's embedded in the AI to produce an image like this just based off of such a vague description.
You know what, too? Now I'm thinking about it, because what Rozelle said is true, right? But the white people, like the white guys, they usually do the major big crimes. They kill like thousands at once. While the minorities, we kind of do one at a time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's more like a, like this is probably more along the lines of what you would probably see us doing right here, arguing, beefing in the street or something. But a white dude will blow up a whole building of people in it. You know what
Oh,
I'm
so
saying?
basically, if you do like go big or go home, because the
So
bigger
yeah,
you go,
maybe
the more
maybe
they're gonna downplay
yeah. I'm just trying to find a way to like really
it.
see why they would put this kind of a thing together for that description. Like maybe if I put violence in, I don't know, one secluded area killing thousands, maybe it'll be a white dude.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be like a Unabomber or some shit. You know what I mean? Because they
Yeah, you
really
know what I
do.
mean?
They go big or they go home. They, you know, they shoot up areas. They don't care.
No,
And the
no,
AI
but
is not going to portray that because it's too violent. So go big or go home. That's how you keep your
Unless,
name
unless
out
you
of the
get
history
snipers
book.
on the building and they shooting one at a time.
seriously, I would like to do a survey where I ask maybe 20, 30 random females. If you see it and have two pictures, a black guy and a white guy. If you see this guy in the dark alley, it's just you and him in the alley, and he's walking behind you, would you be scared or nervous? And then just show a picture of a white guy and get the answer for that. Because the facts is, like I said, 9 times out of 10, and she's going to get kidnapped and raped and sold on the black market, it'd probably be the white guy that do it. The odds of the white guy doing it before the black guy does.
But now I think it all goes to who you asking. Are you asking the white girl that's, you know what I'm saying? That comes from
I would ask 30 random girls, blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans.
a mixture and see what they
Who would you feel more threatened by? I bet you they all feel threatened by the black guy, even though, like I said, the white guy's chances of kidnapping you and raping you would be higher.
except the white girl, they probably gonna think the opposite.
They were all think the opposite. So maybe me, a black and a Puerto Rican girl. But they all think the opposite. I would love to do that survey, yo.
It would have to be a good I feel like it would have to be a good mixture. Like we do 30, it would have to be 10, 10, and 10. Like 10 whites, 10 Spanish, and 10, 10 Puerto Ricans and 10 blacks.
We're making
Or
them
that.
honest. So they're
Yeah,
honest
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, because they gotta be one out of the other ones that'll
four
say something.
Chinese, 2 Indian chicks, three Polish chicks, five black girls, 4 Spanish girls, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can just be fucking as random chicks out you see in the streets. I would love to do that survey, yo. Yeah, 2 pictures. Like, that's funny you say that because you know what? It's black. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. We get a picture of a black preacher in like a sweatsuit, right? Or a black like judge in a sweatsuit or something, and you get a picture of a rapist,
A white
a white
rapist
rapist,
and dress them both kind of the same, like classy,
in sweatsuits,
like one classy and one.
Both in sweatsuits.
Okay.
We get pictures of both of them like in sweatsuits like that, or in business suits, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But both look similar.
That'll be like the whole Jesus and murderer thing.
Who do you
know what I'm
think?
talking about?
Who do you think would be more likely to attack you in the dark alley and show you how America thinks?
What you think, Aiko?
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why don't the people comment in the if they want us to be a participant of that type of experiment, comment and let us know so we can reach out to y'all and figure this out. I would love to do it. Sounds like
Or if
a
you want
good
to
idea.
see me, you want to see me gather some photographs up and randomly approach 30 fucking females.
No, right? We can record that shit and it's going up to these females real quick.
All you do is go to the mall.
That'd be dope.
An hour trip to the mall. You get all kind of females, Chinese, Pakistan, you know what I'm saying? Old, young, you get them all.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I can step out 1 sec. It works anyway because Rozelle got a topic for y'all.
Yeah. So my topic I want to talk about. Let me grab front center. Come on, Cameron. Let me grab front center. All right. So my topic, right, is consequence. The consequences of your actions sometimes leaves bigger ripples in the water than you could ever expect them to. People go about their daily activities, their daily life, and they do things and they say things. And I don't think a lot of times people ever think about the consequences of the things they do and say. And sometimes those same consequences come back to bite you. And when they do, sometimes the turnout is definitely something that you could not expect or wish for in your worst dreams. I say all this because a young man that I had the pleasure of meeting. I mean, I had some mixed feelings about the young man, but overall, I wouldn't say he was a bad kid. I don't think from what I saw, I could tell right off that he was street educated, if I can say that.
So he was in bad company, you would say?
I would say that he had done things in his life with people that probably could consider bad people. From the things
Okay.
that he told me he did, the things he told me that he knew, you know. But I didn't judge. I gave him a chance because somebody that I cared about him. Um, Make a long story short, this man had got into an altercation with somebody that he knew and ended up robbing them for a considerable amount of money. I don't know the dollar amount, so you won't have me on here speculating about it. Um, but what was told to me was after he robbed the man, he seen him a few months later at a club and approached him and asked the man if he had a problem. Because if he had a problem, then he could settle it right here. So he was very brolic in his ways to rob somebody, then see them and ask them what you want to do. Yeah, I robbed you, and what? Is what I took from it. Um, the man said, nah, it's all good, and that was where they left it. This past Wednesday, uh, what was that? The 29th, I believe, the 29th.
I
At
believe so. Yeah.
at 5:49 a.m. I mean p.m. Sorry, excuse me. 5:49 p.m. It said that the young man that I had a chance to meet was in a backyard, and the person that he robbed ran down the alley where he was with a gun, shot him twice, and then when he hit the ground, shot him 3 more times. One of those times being a headshot. Um, then they said the suspect fled with gun in hand. He was apprehended about an hour later in Hartford, Connecticut. But the sad thing is that the young male was rushed to the hospital and later uh, died as a result of the gunshot wounds. I mean, guys, life is precious, and we have to start appreciating not only your lives, but the lives of other people a lot more than we do. Because we are living in a time where people just don't care anymore. People don't give a fuck. Love is slowly dying the fuck off and is being replaced by vanity and carelessness. And it's sad. And if we don't choose to start making a difference in the way we view life in general, we are all destined, all of us, go to hell. And it's sad. I feel sad for the young male. I feel sad for a person that I know who has heartbroken over this. I feel sad for the shooter. And not because he's locked up, because I'm sure he has a mother who is now grieving. The young male who was unalive has a mother who is now grieving. They have family members on both sides. One person will never see the light again, and one person will never see freedom again. They're both dead to the world because over a simple as decision that you chose to make, but you chose wrong. We gotta learn to do better, man, because there is consequences to everything you do. And I want to know how you feel about that, Yago.
Yes, sir. See, I used to I worked in a facility where we had to manage the behaviors of people and teach them better ways to interact with their environment. And it's kind of funny that you mentioned consequence because we use this technique called natural consequence, right? So if you get mad and throw a tantrum and you swing your fist and you punch the wall and you hurt your hand, nobody's going to feel sorry for you because that was a natural consequence to what you just did. So there are many consequences. There's from natural consequence to self-imposed to egotistical. Like the reality is he did something that was crazy out of pocket. And then when he got called out, admitted to it, right? And basically set himself up. Because the reality is, if somebody come and ask you some shit like that, you got one or two options, in my opinion. If you're a real gangster and this is how you roll, one, deny. No, wasn't me. Can't prove it, right? You wouldn't be asking if you could prove it. Two, take him out before he takes you out, because clearly he's gonna come for you. So while I understand consequence, I understand choice. Right? Because, like you said, making a better choice makes a lot more sense than dealing with all these effed up consequences that keep coming. Y'all keep hurting everybody around y'all more than y'all think. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, for me, I feel like you have to be really upset with somebody and hold a grudge really bad to let time go by so long and still want to death him, like kill him the way you killed him. Like that means you was like in your heart you had hate for this person, like real bad hate for him. Even when you saw him, you probably was scary or something, and you didn't want no problems at that moment. Catch him on a sneak tip, but you got to be really angry to have mad time to think about it and think, damn, is this worth it? Is it not worth it? And still go and do the shit. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, you're not even in your emotions no more. You're not even, you know what I'm saying? Unless he was, but you like you can think clearly. You had mad time to think clearly, and you clearly went and did it anyway. So you clearly ain't give a fuck about your freedom.
You ever hear something called it's called encroach? I think it's encroaching madness or some shit like that, where what essentially happens is the same thought continues to plague you. and the inner turmoils start to kick you into overdrive, making you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is like, there's ways to do things, bro. You could have still got the same results doing it differently, but you clearly was so upset and didn't give a fuck that you did that shit yourself right there, the way you did it, not caring if you go to jail or not.
Broad day too. 549.
And I'm pretty sure there were mad people around, or
Yeah,
some
man.
people around.
Yeah. That was the report said.
That's crazy.
The report said that the police officer, the police station received multiple calls of gunshots.
Like I'm not telling people, I'm not influencing nobody to go do no dirty shit, handle they with shit a dirty, you know what I mean, handle certain shit a dirty way. I'm not encouraging nothing, but there's ways to do it and not get caught. It's crazy how the shit just zoomed into my face like that too when I said that.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we got him.
We got him.
We listened to him. It was him we listened to.
Right? It wasn't the guy on the right.
It wasn't the black guy.
It wasn't the black guy. It was
the first time in America. It wasn't the black guy.
Are
He
you
was
sure?
right.
Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure
He
it
was
wasn't?
right.
Wait, ask the camera. Is the camera sure
Right.
it wasn't?
Right, exactly.
Were you told to point towards the white guy? Did somebody direct you to do that?
You know what's funny, yo? And it's not funny, but as a black nigga in America, yo, I've had the cops do that, yo. Like harass the other person. Like my baby's mother was one. Like I got the altercation with. He's like, "You sure he didn't hit you? Ma'am, are you sure he didn't hit you? If you're feeling scared, don't worry. We're here right now. You can tell us." She's like, "He didn't put his hands on me. Are you sure, ma'am? Are you sure?"
Like trying to convince her to say yeah.
What? Like if it's bad as hell, then racist pays up in Bristol. Same shit. I was with this Italian bitch. Same shit. Man, are you sure it is? I said, first of all, listen to this shit. Pull the phone out. Listen to this shit. It was a recording of her because I learned from my baby's mother. So I recorded the Italian bitch. I just called the cops and tell them you hit me. I said, why would you tell them I hit you when you know I never put my hands on you and you'll just be lying? I knew I would be lying, but so what? I still tell them that shit. So she do tell you I hit her? Listen to this shit first. It's like, Mr. Henry, you are free to go. Motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that thing we was talking about too? How like the white guy called the cops on a black dude, and they asked the white guy. No, black dude called the cops on the white dude, and then the white dude was the one that got questioned first. Like, hey, is everything all right? What happened?
They will do that shit all the time too. There's a fight going on between the black and the white person. And the black person that happens to call the cops first, you best fucking believe the cops are gonna tell the black dude to shut the fuck up and stand to the side while they question the white guy first. Sir, can you tell us what's going on? Now here go the white guy lying. Well, what happened is the whole time the black guy's like, but it was me that called the cops. I'm the one that got assaulted. Shut the fuck up, sir. We'll get to you in a few minutes. Shut your nigger ass up. We got you.
That's just crazy.
It's sad, man. It's sad that we got to go through the shit we go through, man, as a people. Guess what, though? See, okay. Now, that's the thing about it, though. That's the thing about it that I don't get. All these so-called fucking Christians, right? All these motherfuckers that read the Bible, right? All these motherfuckers that already know that in the Bible it says the land is gonna get returned to its rightful owners, right? It says this shit. Now, if you really believe what you're reading, and you really believe in God and that white dude Jesus and all that shit, if you really believe in all that shit, and you really believe that it's gonna return to its rightful owners, and you niggas already know that you are not the rightful owners, why would y'all continuously treat niggas like shit? Wouldn't you be worried that once it does get returned, motherfuckers gonna remember all the shit y'all niggas did? I would try to like be cool as fuck, you know what I'm saying? So like yo, dog, when you get your shit back, nigga, remember that me and you was cool, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't treat me like shit, bro. I've been down with you since day one. These motherfuckers still treat us like shit. Though sooner or later they got to lose it all and give it back.
But you know what? Like I think I know why, bro. Like I think they feel in their heart of hearts that they're already in too deep, and that what they did is unforgivable, and you guys will never forgive them. So now it's like let's prevent them from getting their land back as much as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. But
Yeah, souls have already been sold, man. Cash, signed, and delivered, baby.
You know, I heard this one dude talking about this, and it was actually a black dude talking about this too, which was interesting to me. He said, did you know that in all reality, there was actually more white slaves than there ever were black slaves?
yeah, of course, the word Slavic, the word slave comes from the word Slavic. The Slavic people were slaves. All of them. That's where the word comes from.
And he was saying too is because a lot of the rich people are slaves as well. They just slave in a different way.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but still, you know, they don't. Shit. If we were rich slaves, what the fuck? Like, is it really harder than what was
you know
happening?
what a rich slave is, right? And Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
the
Uncle Tom
equivalent.
was like a black dude that's like a white guy,
No, it's a black
or
dude
any
that
minority.
right. And
Black
and
brothers,
what they
black
try to
brothers.
do, they try to mimic the white man, but they never gonna be accepted.
But you know what's funny though? You know what's funny? We have stories now of like you said, the black guy trying to mimic the white guy. But do you realize that the white people have been trying to mimic us since they want all that elegant shit that they wear? That was all that the way the black people dressed in the beginning. Why do you think white people started making the skirts with the metal rods with the big waist? They were trying to imitate black women because black women looked so voluptuous in their dresses. All the white motherfuckers was drooling after them. So white girls was like, "Yo, we got to make dresses with motherfucking that extend out at the waist, so we look just as voluptuous as the black girls look, even though that was all just metal."
Speaking of metal, did you know rock and roll wasn't even the white man's first?
Of course not. Everything was stolen from black people, man. Everything. I mean, I hate to say it, but damn near everything, bro.
Yeah,
If
pretty
you
much everything.
if you put it all in the basket, it's damn near everything. Like what's left in the other basket? Ain't much. There's some other inventions from other people, but you weigh it up, it ain't much, bro. Like it's sad, bro. It's
Yeah,
sad, and we are
I think it
treated.
used to be what? It used to be called rock and soul, right? Before it was converted to rock and roll.
Thought it was just rock,
I thought it was rock and
hard rock.
soul.
Could be right though.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I don't know. I don't
We
know
could
no
close the
nonsense.
show out and ask what's her face.
Yeah, we get close
As Lyra,
yeah.
we're gonna
Like,
ask Lyra. And just so you guys know, I sinned when I stepped out and came back. Fucking hard. Just judging these baddies, you know, it's like, damn. Yeah. It's not easy to not sin, man. You see a fat booty, you're like, oh shit.
I'm lost. I'm lost. Do you have any knowledge of what he's talking about there? Like,
yeah, he talking about he got to tame the beast.
well, I got that, but what was the debate?
I
So a
don't know.
fatty,
Tell me
man.
he's
So a
strong,
baddie
man.
with a fatty, and it's like shit.
What was she like a UPS driver or something?
Oh no, it was just a chick in the street.
Oh, just a chick in the street.
Yeah, it was just a
Heard
chick in the
that.
street. You
And
know.
they everywhere.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Ooh.
But you know, like you can't even judge or think anything, you know, without it
Right.
being a sin. It's like,
Right,
fuck,
exactly.
I just
Exactly.
judged her.
I
But
just judged her.
I just judged that one. You made me sin, you mother.
You better believe it. Get out of here.
Put some clothes on.
Put some clothes on.
Wrap your ass up. What's going on, Lyra? So we have a question for you as a team. Was rock and roll in the beginning called rock and soul, and did it come from black culture?
You got it. Rock and roll absolutely has its roots in Black culture, coming from things like rhythm and blues, gospel, and jazz. So you could definitely say that it evolved from those sounds. Now, whether it was ever called rock and soul widely, That phrase might have been used sometimes, but the term rock and roll really took off as the name for the genre. Does that make sense?
And who made this name for the genre?
The phrase rock and roll was definitely popularized by a disc jockey named Alan Freed. He started using it on his show in the early 1950s as a way to describe the rhythm and blues music he was playing, which helped bring that sound to a broader audience.
And
it kind of gave.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was he a white man or a black man?
He's white.
Yes, he was a white disc jockey.
Yeah, because you got to put black guys.
And
Yo,
this
dude,
is where the
rock
evolution
and roll.
came and the white man took over rock and roll.
Uh-huh. So they do it. That's how they do it. That's how they've been doing it.
Find articles
It
of
is
rock
true
and
that a
soul.
lot of white artists achieved massive success playing music that originated in the Black community, sometimes without giving original artists all the credit or financial benefits they deserved. You see that pattern happen a lot in music history. At the same time, the music did start to blend different styles and cultures over time. Is there a particular artist or part of that timeline you're thinking about?
I have one final question for you. Can you name all the genres that originated in the black culture that are now considered to be white culture?
Besides rock and roll, other genres like blues, jazz, and even country music were pioneered by Black artists. Over time, white artists became more widely prominent and recognized for their work in these genres, leading them to become more broadly associated with white culture in the public eye. Are you interested in a deeper look at any particular one of these genres?
Why ain't you
That would
mention
be-
pop? Michael Jackson made pop.
Oh,
He's the
wait,
king
wait.
of pop. Why ain't you mention pop?
Wait,
Sure.
wait.
What's on your mind?
So it was mentioned. Why didn't you mention pop? Was pop originated in black culture?
Pop is different from those other genres because it's more about a constant trend of what's popular at the time, rather than originating from a single cultural background. But African American music has definitely influenced pop music in huge ways, from the rhythms to the vocal styles you hear in hit songs. Does that make sense?
That would be all. I think there's no more further questions in the studio. Lyra, thank you.
You are so welcome. I'm glad I can help answer your questions. Feel free to reach out if you think of anything else.
I like the way you said that. You made me feel wanted. Nah.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Oh boy, computer love.
Computer love. It's that computer talk.
Yes, I
Oh,
found
shit.
my computer.
Yo, that's funny as hell. So is that all we got, y'all? What y'all think about that? What about
I don't know. It's pretty cool.
What
Yeah.
else is new?
Yeah, that's what I feel too. So with that being said, this is another episode of Ace and Soul's Blunt Truth, and we are out of here. You guys got anything else to say? Motherfuckers. I tried, y'all.